Hello, everybody. We see the yellow and direct, which I can't pronounce because I don't know how to speak French. But yeah, let's start the scene. We are in the Living Water Darkness, New York by night, Vampire Venue. Today we are in the Chantry, Tremere Chantry of New York. The Regent Q wanted to talk with Valerian Flemel, whose his sire has left the city for business in Vienna. So he would like to make sure that he is the only the Tremere only PC Tremere.
Can't say it.
Yeah, only PC Tremere who he wants to be make sure that everything is safe and he wants to share some knowledge with him and he would like to lower what he did. And we will start the scene with the Regent Q in his office with Valerian Flemel. He is drinking his coffee. Valerian is sitting in front of him and he looks at the papers. So tell me about that Smisi business.
Oh, and yeah, he's not nervous at all. um, and yeah, he has taken. The Parisian can really see that. Yeah, he's nervous as hell. Um, so, uh, where do I start? Um, so I have. I'm sorry to say it, but I have a blank, and that has been very disturbing for me lately. I something has tampered with my memory, and I'm trying to recollect everything that happened. But I remember that night started with the Malkavian Jackie Noble contacting me because he wanted to make an excursion to a Renaissance fair. Knowing Jackie Noble, I thought that it would be perhaps more sure, more safe to bring other people with me. So I contacted uh, Mr. McGee, a gangrel, and Monsieur Lejour,
Mm-hmm.
Toreador, if I'm correct. And once we went there, um, well, Jackie was acting still as Jackie, but I heard rumors when I was there that there was a circus, a special kind of circus that mm, apparently, uh, if you were really good in the games of a Renaissance Fair, you would gain access there. It seems I made research about that. No one, apparently, no one ever went there. It's always a friend of my friend of my friend kind of deal. But it's an urban legend that has been going on ever since the Renaissance Fair has happened. And we went for games, and I know I won one game, and after that, it's blank. I don't remember anything once I won the game, except that I really, really wanted to go to this circus. And he takes two papers out, and he points them to into the direction of the regent. I
Mm-hmm.
had I tried to send. Apparently, if I'm looking at my phone, and I tried to send a message to Mr. Castellanos and my sire about that. I sent a message saying I am I am in the middle of a midnight circus. I don't know what is happening, but there seems to be something weird. And I tried to send a picture, but I would guess that since the picture is blank, whatever I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to take couldn't be marked on my device.
Camera.
Yes.
Weird.
So The only thing that I have that I'm sure comes from this place, maybe because it was in my pockets, and I don't remember making them, are those two drownings, which are they are drownings of the marking on the tickets, which are out of character, of course, to you, which are changeling signs or something. I know that one looks like a scepter, and after that, you can see whatever you see with the regent
Okay.
on that matter. And after that, the blank stopped when I found myself in a strip club with Mr. McGee, Monsieur Lejour, and Jackie. And Jackie was covered in some kind of ooze or something strange on his body. And the strangest thing was that I had a pin on myself. This pin was in form of a stag, and I don't remember what or why, but I had this urgent feeling that I had to get rid of it, that I should not keep it with me. And this is when Jackie said that we should go to this Sabbat individual. We weren't sure if he was a mere Sabbat or a ghoul or just a human, but we know he was linked to the Sabbat estate of La Sombra Hardy. So
you see, when you say La Sombra Hardy, he just shakes his head.
And yeah, he he looked, but he's not going to say anything. He's trying to recollect his memories. And Jackie, I think, came to the conclusion that we should get to him and give him the pin as some kind of payback or something, that to get whatever we wanted to flee from, to go to him or something like that. And that's when I went back to you to tell you about what we were planning to do. And after that, we went with the limo. We went to the Porn Ceremony Awards, and pretty much our cover were that Mr. McGee and Mr. Lejour were actors, porn actors, and that me and Mr. Noble was a producer, because apparently he has passed. He was I believe he was the assistant of the Tzimisce, probably before he became Tzimisce, but he was his assistant. So he used that as a way to facilitate our entrance when I falsified our identity to put us there. And basically, our cover was that our company was working on a new 3D pornographic device to get entrance, which by the way seems to have attracted a lot of attention, because apparently I have, and he checks the phone. I have a lot of proposition of funding on that.
He smiles.
So I guess I will follow that idea to get more resources for the Chantry. But anyway, as we went inside, I tried to look at this John Long and Hard with my Auspex, but I wasn't able to see anything. And Jackie went discussing with him. Everything was doing good until at the porn ceremony, he was supposed to get some kind of prize for his past deeds, but he didn't get it, and he was very angry and get out. Jackie followed, and knowing who Jackie Noble is, I decided to follow to ensure that no masquerade would be breached or any incident would happen. they went to the bathroom, and this is when the Tzimisce declared himself as a Tzimisce, stating to Jackie Noble that it was a foolish errand to follow a Tzimisce.
Proud one, it seems.
And it was at that point that he went out, and that Jackie said that he would follow him. So I got back to the two others to make them follow. And at the mention of a Tzimisce being in reach, Mr. McGee went berserk and went straight to the car of the Tzimisce to kill him or to attack him. I don't know what his intentions are, but I believe when a gangrel is angry, nothing is expected beyond death.
Protected.
When I saw that pretty much everyone was going to go berserk, I connected myself to the camera of the parking lot to shut them all down. No, I didn't shut them down. I make them work in loop so that any person that would look at the camera would think that everything was fine in this parking lot. So we went back. I went to take guns just in case. And when I arrived, they were attacking the Tzimisce, fighting him. And pretty much, I was about to reach for my gun when and aim for his head, because obviously the fight was going to take too much long time, and we would risk to be uncovered, considering that our Gungrel Brevin has activated one of his power and he was displaying claws. So I tried to aim for the head to incapacitate him. That's when he jumped on me and tried to kill me. And I used one of our powers to force him to use some of his blood to weaken him.
Clever.
And that's when Jackie Noble fried his brain, putting him into torpor and bathing me into Tzimisce Vitae. And that's when he takes out a small vial and put it on to the region. This is everything that I could get back.
He opens the Vitae and takes for taste of the blood. And what was the difficulty? 3 + 1, which is 4. Yeah, all the successes. He knows some stuff. He smiles.
And well, considering that fire shots were heard, we decided to get out. So I think that Mr. Lejour gave the wife or the female that was accompanying this Tzimisce his pin, because when I checked for mortuary, she is dead, and he passed the paper. He passed a piece of paper, and Jackie took all our pins and gave them to the chauffeur who had witnessed everything. And I believe, according to, I don't know his name, but there were people who were found dead this night, and I think that if we make a little search, he will be there among them. Whatever we were running away from with those pins probably killed him. So there is no bridge coming from that end. And we took, I sent back Monsieur Lejour to the limo, considering that I was covered in gore. That wouldn't have been very subtle. I made him go back to the limo to cover our track from there, and me, Mr. McGee, and Jackie, we went straight to the sheriff to bring him the staked Tsimisi and cover out traces. There were also a lot of blood in the back of the car, so maybe we can. I don't know if it's vampiric or human, but maybe we can ask the sheriff to give one up to us so we can search and know if it is Vitae or not.
He nods. I'm surprised, Valerian. I told your father, your sire, to handle the business with Sabata, and he didn't do anything. So, but you proved yourself, and you were the third circle, right?
What did you say?
You were at the third circle, right?
I think technically Valerian is second because he only had one level of blood magic, I think. So I think he was technically second circle.
No. I think you start with third.
Okay.
To go another city, it's third. So
okay, then yes, he's third.
He's gonna look at you and says, "You are in the fourth circle now, and if you continue this work, you will get shiny things, which I also say prepared something for you." And he actually gives you a ritualistic knife. You can roll perception awareness to catch some stuff.
You want me to roll perception awareness?
Awareness.
Okay. Dun. I would say. Is that based on look, or
oh no? It's based on feel actually in awareness.
Okay.
You have 5 success. You have 5 dice.
Yeah.
Now you have to. You feel this ritualistic knife has some rituals on it.
And he takes
Go on.
He takes the blade, bowing. Thank you for your attention, Regent.
He looks at you and says, "Okay, you're gonna know this knowledge because you're a member of Clan Tremere, and Tremere look after each other. We are the members of the pyramid, and no matter what Camarilla does, the clan, house and the clan comes first."
Mm-hmm.
Sabat's invasion has done some stupid stuff. They attacked some shovelheads.
Is that the burning? The burning that happened last night?
Yes. 2 nights ago. The LeBaron, New York is burned down by the influences of the Vampire Society of Camarilla. The Camarilla Society. They are trying to put the masquerade. They're trying to risk the masquerade so we can't have, we will have our influences. Let's just say we will have waste our influences and stop hunting them. But at the same time, I believe there were some other supernaturals at the bar which handled the problem for us. So when Sabat does this stupid attacks, they actually get the attention of other supernaturals, like the people in the Central Park and others like mages. I would like you to stay away from the. I'm not going to say I would like you to. I would recommend you to stay away from public places, such as the bars or blah blah blah, those kind of stuff that New York has to offer. Because you are the
because you're
only PC. Yeah, because you're the only PC team. Okay. So he's like because I care about. I would like to say that your father. I was hoping I had high hopes from your father, but I have high hopes from yourself as well. Your father has disappointed me by not doing the things I told him. And I have zero tolerance for those people who puts their own agenda over the clan and the house and the clan Tremere. Usually, I don't say that you can't do what you want to do in the Camarilla. I say what Tremere wants is more important. So I have some things to tell you. When you look at the city, what do you see?
The city as a general place, or the city as us?
Us.
From what I can see, we are few, we are scattered, we have the best interest in mind of a Camarilla, but it seems that not a lot of people actually trust each other very much. We are pretty much companion of single knights. We don't really make strong alliances. Everyone is looking at each other, probably thinking of their next moves.
True. But which makes them clever people. But at the same time, it makes them fools because you keep your enemies closer to yourself. That's why, Valerian, I would like you to create a coterie from the people who has arrived to the city. You say you know Jackie. You say there's a Gangrel or maybe some other people that you know. Create a coterie and try to handle the city's problems. And when the new prince makes his own appearance, when somebody claims when somebody claims the city, you will be able to say, I did this, this, and this, so I deserve a reward. Or Prince might see you that way, but I will make him see that you did something. Creating a coterie will help you have allies with you, somebody who will protect you. Also, it will be like when I know that you are not a capable fighter, but if you find a capable fighter, you can make him better than he is.
With
the aid of Lantermere.
And he kind of, with all due respect, I'm not a capable fighter. I know how to use a gun, but that doesn't go beyond that.
Trust me, guns do work well on other supernaturals, but sometimes they just don't work. Some people have some supernaturals has ways to stop them or stop any kind of weapon. That's why I tell you to play your game smart. You don't have to be the most clever man around to play with the others. You don't have to lie, people. Half truths are always easy. And also, if you create a coterie and bring somebody bring a useful information about the Blex, that the thaumaturgy user Nosferatu that I'm trying to find, I will reward you.
Whenever Tilsy said it, I mentioned that he is Nosferatu. Because that was never brought up. So, are you telling me that the thaumaturgic user is a Nosferatu?
Yes. I believe he is. The reports has been given that says that he is evil as fuck. What's wrong?
It's just that I don't know what it is with this city and the Nosferatus, but apparently the Nosferatus are causing a lot of problems around here.
Let me tell you something as well. This city had a lot of bad Tremiers. He looks at one of his reports again, like finds the paper. There was someone who was rivaling with werewolves. He was boasting he can kill werewolves, and guess what? He's sent to Vienna. So, I believe you can undo the fate of New York by being the Tremere that it deserves. Your sire was right about the ways of getting his influences, his boons, and his position, but he was wrong about the way that he insists on. He was a really clever man, but he failed to his own flaws. And I would like you to see him and his failure and take lessons. There's a reason now he's in a vocation in Vienna. And the way that he says vocation, you understand it's not a vocation.
So, what should happen to Fern?
Is she still staying?
I think that she is.
Give her the Magi. It's her problem now.
Very well. I shall still try to.
She's a neonate. She's a neonate, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Well, she doesn't need to be tutored anymore. He looks at the reports and says, "Your father wanted to make him a Tremere."
Wanted to make who a Tremere?
Fern.
She's Gangrel.
I know. That should knock some ideas about your father.
Well, he did make me see my own death in visions.
I'm sorry that I'm actually, like, he doesn't say I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you that if you need any, think that I'm here. Know that I'm here, and I will try to aid you. Of course, if this is in reason.
Well, there is actually something that I would like.
Come.
You know this blank that I had?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to happen ever again. I would like to be able, if possible, to remember anything. Because if I want to do what I want to do, to gather information and use it, I need to be able to remember things.
Well,
and if someone can just tamper with my memory, then this is going to be problematic.
Well, powers of dominating aspects can make you a little bit weird when it comes to memory. Mm-hmm. But remember the path that I gave your father? It allows you to close your brain upon others. It also works both ways. You close your brain, and you close it so well that you can multitask. You can attack and do mental stuff like using it blood magic at the same time. I always know you as someone who can use computers and technology. But maybe after that, we can also tutor you about that path. But for now, I will teach you how to remember stuff normally.
Very well.
It starts with reading a lot of books, Valerian.
And he kind of smiles and jokingly say, "Does iBook counts?"
Yeah, it does. He smiles.
But yeah, reading is not going to be a problem.
Stay at behind. Make sure that people you do some stuff, but you don't at the same time. They can't doubt that you've done stuff, but make sure that you don't risk yourself.
Very well.
Now,
I will follow your wisdom in that matters.
He looks at you and says, if there's anything else, I would like you to leave. I have to do my work here."
Yes. I will try. I will maybe try something myself too. Maybe if they are attacking, I could try and locate some incidents through the web, seeing as people tend to use a lot of their devices. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I would be able to signal our brothers and sisters faster to intervene into the place where the Sabbath are attacking, because they are not very discreet, apparently. So I will see if I can actually do something about that. And with that, Valerian gets up from the chair, and he bows to the regent, and he's going to do some stuff. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we will call it a scene.